Here bringing you the brand new video, and today we're going to be talking about Prohibition in this video today, specifically because it just recently got its text updated from the Lair's Dark Knight Structure deck because it's confirmed getting a reprint in the OCG as far as that's concerned. And the text is actually significant enough for this card to actually be more relevant than it already kind of is. The card is already really good, but these changes make it even better, even if it's just slightly better. So for those of you who do not know what this card is, it's a card that you would often play against decks that relied on a singular strategy. For example, Trick Stars, Cyframes, anything that would just, inherently not blow this card out of the water, like both of those cards, or both of those decks, excuse me, from playing the game. It would prevent them from playing the game overall. With certain, well, it wouldn't prevent them from playing the game. It would prevent them from playing cards in that deck that you call. But this is significantly different. It's very different from how it used to say, where they couldn't activate their effects, nor can they be used. This one kind of has the same thing, but it's a bit more clear in how it works. So let's just jump right into it. The first overall condition of the effect to activate this is relatively the same, so we're not going to go too much into it. You activate it by declaring a card name. They apply the effects. They cannot apply the effects of them unless the card was already on the board. Then they can absolutely activate their effects or use them however they wish. So let's just jump right into the 5 bullet points. Excuse me, I can't count today. They cannot be placed on the field. So, for example, if your opponent is playing Cypher and Lord Omega, they actually activate its effect to bounce it out. You activate Prohibition, and they can't bring that Cypher and Lord Omega back to the field. That's actually incredibly good. That has a lot of hidden potential that people don't actually know about. Is, for example, if you're playing against Zephyrs and your opponent, if you're the Zephyr player, you can remove a monster off their board temporarily to gain the attack for Master Service. Actually, it's Master Service's effect that does it specifically, that allows you to target a monster, remove it, and they get an attack for it, and then you just activate Prohibition. You call that monster, they won't get that monster back, which is really, really good. Because it acts as pseudo removal and a pseudo way of banishing your opponent's cards permanently. And if you, for example, MST this afterwards, they still won't get the monster back because the effect is not applying on the monster that just got banished anymore. It just fizzles. The second effect is they cannot activate. They cannot be activated, nor can their effects be activated or applied. So, for example, if you have Ash Blossom in your hand, you can't Ash Blossom your opponent under this card. So if your opponent activates Prohibition, they call Ash Blossom. Your opponent just basically sits there with some deck cards, because they also cannot normal summon them or set them. This has always been on the text, so we're not going to go too much on this effect overall. So the two other effects that weren't on here before. They cannot attack, nor can they change their battle positions. I'm not sure how this is going to actually apply unless you can find a way to cheese out some of the cards under this effect. Because you can already still activate the effects of the cards that are on there. Because because it's not going to be like I said, it's not going to affect the monsters that are applied or that are already on the board. They won't apply here. So, I mean, I'm not sure how this is going to be incorporated, but I guess it makes the effect slightly better from what it used to be, so that's pretty cool. The final effect is they cannot be used for the materials for a special summon monster, so they can't be used for like Exceed material or Link material, anything like that. That's pretty good. That wasn't on the effect before, and that makes it a little bit better, I guess so. If your opponent manages to cheese them out on the board somehow while this effect is still here, I'm not sure how that's going to work or if that's even possible under this card's new effect. So it honestly could be very good. But yeah, we're going to go over the first effect, the original effect of Prohibition, and we're going to see how it's significantly changed. The current effect right now is activated by declaring one card name. Cards with that name and their effects cannot be activated. Cards already on the field are not affected. So that's a significant change, because that card because it just says they can't activate their effects, nor with cards with that name use their effects. So it's really good. But I think this is overall significantly better. It's just going to be. I think it's going to make this card a little bit better. you're probably going to see more of this card being side decked now because of the way of how it works. So if you don't have your Prohibitions, definitely pick them up, because this card is going to be absolutely nutty coming forward. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy, please leave a comment in the comment section down below. I'll see you guys in the next video. This has been Truth Elements signing out.